Hey, what's up? My name's Alex. Today I'm going to show you how to do this beautiful makeup look. I got all of these products from Ulta. You can get most of them from Amazon and Walmart or your local drugstore. So that's awesome. We love a good cheap pricing, you know, we love that. We love that. So if this is something you're interested in learning how to do for yourself, then definitely keep watching. And before we get started, please like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. It lets me know you want to see more makeup content from me, and that's something I would love to do for you. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Let's go. All right, so with this makeup look, I'm going to start out with a freshly washed face. I'm adding my e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration to have some SPF. And I have my tea here, so bear with me as I drink that. And my mirror is right here. If I'm looking away, that is why. Don't forget the neck. All right, so now that the base is all done, I'm going to grab my brushes. It's not very aesthetically pleasing back there, but truly it's just super easy. And this is the most organized I've been with my makeup in a long time, having this setup. So I highly recommend trying this out. So starting out, I'm going to use a base. I'm going to use the Master Prime by Maybeline today. And what that's going to do is just help my makeup stick. And today I'm going in with the Maybelline Soft Tan Matte Poreless Foundation. It's in the color 228 and the Natural Beige 220. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to mix it both shades because when I'm lighter, I'm more like the 220, but I like the goldenness of the 228. So I use both. So this one right here is the 220. So now I'm going to take my Expert face brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just going to brush this across my face. I like using a brush for my foundation first because it helps the foundation like apply without having to add more. Okay, today I'll go in with this e.l.f. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect in the color 130. I'm gonna apply that under my eye. This stuff gets super cakey, so don't really recommend if you need your makeup to last all day, but because I'm really gonna be home today, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna use this concealer brush by Real Techniques. This is the Expert Concealer Brush. I'm just gonna pat this in. So now that that's done, I'm gonna use this sponge. I'm just gonna lightly dab it in, get off any excess concealer that might still be on my skin. And today I'll have fun and I'll use the Mad Love Brow Stencil. It looks like this. Hard to see, but it's just basically like a clear stencil that you put over your brow. And I'll use this Pallideo. It's just literally a brow powder, just a cheap off-brand from Amazon. And I'm just going to basically create my brow using this. One thing I will do is just quickly brush my brows up. I'm using this like spongy tool. It's literally just a sponge on a stick. So if you have a sponge, I think you could use this. This just I think gives you a little more control. Tap it off and then apply this to your brow. The key when you're doing this is just to make sure that it's lined up the best you can and start at the end and work your way to the front. As you can see, I have perfect brow. If you want it lighter, use less dabs. If you want it harsher, use more product. And then you'll do the same thing across. Then I'll use a brow gel. Today I'm using the NYX Brow Glue. There's not much in here, so I figured I'd use it. And today I'll use this tiny Juvia's Place palette. This is the Nubian by Juvia's. It looks like this. Has a lot of bright but overall natural colors. So today I'll use this middle one at the bottom. Dab off the excess because this stuff is super potent. So if you have lighter skin than me, just really be gentle with it. When I say gentle, I mean don't apply too much. Okay, so I'm just dabbing that in to my whole lid. And one thing I forgot to do is carve out my brows. So I'll do that right after. Because if you have too much excess on your brush, it'll get all over your concealer at the bottom, which I also did not set, so I should do that. So I use this Juvia's Place powder in the color White Sands. It's a lighter color. I should use maybe a yellowish color. I'm gonna use the yellowish Juvia's Place. Alright, I use the Color-He. It's super dark. My husband bought me this because he saw I had this one, and then he's like, oh, I'll teach you it, and he just surprised me with it. Sometimes he does that. If he's doing any of my returns or anything, he'll sometimes grab me a little bit of makeup and surprise me with it, which is so nice because he knows I love makeup. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush. This is just like a fluffy semi-flat brush. I'm using a little bit of the white sands, and then I'm using a little bit of the Kalahari. I'm just blending it together. I'm applying this under my eye. Anywhere else I put concealer. Underbrow, and today I'll use this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color Sand. So I don't normally do top and bottom, but because I did such harsh brows, I'm going to, just to make sure that they're as crisp as possible. Okay, now I'm taking my sponge and I'm just pressing out the powder. Getting back to the eyes, I'm just going to add a little bit of brown to this area. And I'm using this MAC 224S brush. It's a big fluffy brush. It looks like this. And I'm going to use this color here in that same palette. I really like palettes, especially small ones that have coordinating colors, because it just makes it so easy to know that they're going to blend together. So you don't start creating weird colors, because I've never been good at art, and it's so good to already have the color blends identified, like what works and what doesn't work when you get a palette. So that's what I'm doing, and as you can see, it's super potent. I barely put any on there, and it just gets all over the place. So if you have, this is actually meant for deeper skin tones, which are gorgeous and great because they want the color to show up on more deep skin tones, which is really nice. So I'm just doing the same thing, going in circles. Concentrating on the outside, but then going in as well. All right, that's fine. Now that that's done, I will work on bronzer, I think. I'll go with bronzer. In this video, I'm trying to make everything you can get at Ulta, and if anything, well, I want most things you can get at like a Walmart or Amazon. But, so this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the color Coconut. I love this stuff. I'm starting to get a little too light for it. But I do still have a little bit of that Italian tan from when I went to Europe. So let's see. All right, I'm using the Real Techniques brush and the buffing brush specifically. This one is so good. I have a buffing brush from e.l.f., which is just not the same. I don't even know if they call it a buffing brush. That might be why. It's a complexion duo. That's how they refer to it. But this one just like is stiff enough that it blends the product really nicely. And the key is to go up, even though sometimes I get muddy and I blend it forward. And then the chin, you blend back. The goal is to get that like snatched chin, because look at my chin. And then I'll use that e.l.f. Duo brush because it just has a small end, and I'll just blend upwards. And the goal, I'm not a nose contour expert, I don't do much with it. I just want it to look actually more tan is what I'm going for. But the goal is to kind of get your cream contour, or in this case it's a cream foundation, into your brow bone. Okay, as you can see, it has a lot of definition, which is nice. I might do a little bit of eyeshadow underneath my eye to kind of create a more dramatic look. You just need a really tiny brush to do this. I don't know if this one will work, but I'll try it. And I will spray it with my e.l.f. setting spray. And I'll use that dark brown that I used earlier. kind of graze my waterline. I'm going to add an eyeliner. Today I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink liner in the color black. Ooh, this is waterproof. No wonder why it's hard to get off. I'm going to add a wing. So we went a little crazy. Then I'll add these lashes I got from Amazon. It's just a set of like perfectly wispy lashes. And I'll apply them with this Kiss Strip Lash Glue. So now that that's done, I will use this Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Volume 2. Looks like this. And this random brush from Sonia Kashuk has been next level. It picks up so much color. So I'm using the orange and the pink. The color names used to be on there, but these two here. Then I'll use this super old bronzer. I don't even know where I got this. It's $2.80 sticker on it. So I think I got this at like Big Lots 100 years ago. This is the bronzer from CoverGirl True Blend in the color 200. I don't even know if they still sell this. And I'm going to use this tiny brush. This is from Real Techniques. It's the Rebel Edge Medium brush. And I don't like these because they scratch your skin sometimes. I'm just going to apply that anywhere I applied the Maybelline Fit Me cream concealer or cream double extend mascara, but instead I'll just use the end part and just be really careful with it. Just because I would typically use a Lancome or this Lash Paradise, which is really good, but I should get that one in non-waterproof so that way it doesn't affect my contacts. One key when you're doing your lip gloss, if you want to look really good, use lip liner, and if you can, sharpen your pencil. Just makes a world of difference as far as the application. So I'm using the ColourPop BFF3. It's a brownie mauve color, I think I would say. Now that that's done, I'll use the ColourPop BFF in the color, I use the ColourPop lip liner in the color BFF in the middle. This is just an unnecessary step, but I want to do it, so. The key is darker lip liner on the outside, lighter lip liner on the inside, and then your glosses. So I use the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Creme Brulee. This is my usual if you've ever watched any of my other videos. This one just is slightly lighter than my natural lip color, which I like. And then I'll just use a clear gloss. I'll use this NYX Butter Gloss. This used to be clear, but it's been blended with Creme Brulee so many times. Over top. Alright, finish it off with some e.l.f. setting spray. Then once my face dries, I'll take down my hair and just show you the whole look all together. So yeah, super easy. As you see, all the products that I use are very inexpensive, and I try to keep it that way. I will throw in, the one thing is, I would say the best foundation I've ever used is the Fenty Skin Tint. I like that super natural, glowy look sometimes, and you can't get better than that. And it does last all day, and it does transfer, or it does not transfer. It's just fantastic. So highly recommend if you're gonna splurge. That might be something you want to splurge on. All right, this is the final look. As you can see, it's very sultry, dramatic. My eyes look totally different with these lashes on, the way I put them on, lifting them. One key with your lashes, if you want them to look good or want them to like have a more wispy look, is still use your fingers, pinch them and flip them up like this. Pinch and flip. What that'll do is that'll just create a more cat eye effect. I think the liner actually turned out pretty good because I don't usually wear my liner like this. So it's a lot of fun. So if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out. It lets me know you want to see more content like this, you like what I'm doing, all that good stuff. And definitely subscribe just so you don't miss another video. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.